Okay. Alright. Alright. Let me start this by saying I am a big comic book fan. Or at least I was a big comic book fan before mainstream comics just started pushing out turds that quite frankly are insulting to everyone. That being said, I'm obviously a Green Arrow fan. I am a Batman fan despite my blog post on him stating that he's a villain. I still quite like the characters, and I really enjoy seeing different interpretations of Batman. I actually really like Adam West's Batman. I thought that was really funny, and I remember watching it with my nan. I like Cosner Batman. I even like Clooney. I know, but still I do. Val Kilmer's still the best. Anyway, when Robert Pattinson was announced as the new Batman, I was, to be honest, a little bit disappointed because it kind of cemented that we weren't going to get the Ben Affleck solo Batman film. And there's a lot of reasons behind that, but why he walked away, predominantly because he worked with a proper knobhead. But I was upset by that, because whether you like him or not, Ben Affleck is a pretty good director, and the man turned himself into a beast for Batman v Superman. Hey guys, it's Sam. You might not have recognised me. I'm in the middle of editing and I'm trying to find a picture of Ben Affleck at his most jacked, for Batman v Superman, because the guy put in the hours, and I really can't find it. So I'm just going to put in this photo, and I'm going to hope that illustrates my point somewhat. Definitely kind of let himself go in the follow-up, which absolutely destroyed his character, but still, I liked seeing Ben Affleck as Batman. I thought that was really cool. But being such a comic book nerd that I am, I was willing to give Pattinson a fair crack at the whip. I was willing to see what he would do. Now, I personally don't rate him very highly as an actor because I've not really seen him in much. I know he was in Twilight, which is an abomination. I got halfway through the first one and walked away. I know he was in Harry Potter, and well, thanks to my work, I've now seen that far too many times, and I just can't forgive anyone for being in Harry Potter. Just, that's what work does. But still, I was willing to give him a fair crack. And then we got all the leaks, all the little bits, and then the interviews. Oh god, oh god. Oh. But first, today's video is sponsored by me. I wrote a book. So I'm a big fan of Norse mythology, and there's always been a handful of Norse stories that don't quite resonate with me. And in particular, these are the ones about Loki and his 3 children with Angrboda. These children, for everyone who doesn't know, is Jormungandr, Fenris and Hel. Now, the way that the traditional Norse stories go is they're simply taken from where they live in Jotunheim with their mum, brought back to Asgard, and then Odin in turn betrays them. Fenris gets tricked and chained to a mountain. Jormungandr gets thrown into the sea around Midgard, where he grows so big he has to bite his own tail to stop himself growing. And Hel, she's kind of just pushed into her own little domain of Helheim in Niflheim, the underworld. And yes, my apologies to everyone who actually understands how badly I'm butchering these words. But that being said, given the vital role that each of these 3 children play in Ragnarok, I never really understood why Loki didn't do much to stop that. So that being said, I wrote a book. It is a retelling of the children being taken from their mother and their homeland, a retelling of what happened, and a retelling of Loki's reaction. It's a very short book, 50 odd pages, and it's on Amazon. I will link down below. So, my issue with Robert Pattinson now. Okay, there's two. Okay, there's two. We'll start off with his physique. Now, he has said that he's not working out because it could set a bad precedent. Well, that's kind of the issue of Batman. Batman is not a superhuman, he's not an alien, he's not got anything special about him. He is meant to be what a man at his apex pinnacle of perfection could possibly be. This man is the be-all and end-all, sort of. Not just a quick, intelligent, sharp mind, but also physically in his peak. So there is a certain level of fitness that is required for this. Now, if, for example, I was an actor, if I could act, and if I wanted to be an actor, and I was offered the role of Batman, or Green Arrow, or someone like that, I would turn it down. And it's not because I don't like working out, it's not because I don't think I could get into that shape, it's actually very, very simple. I'm a short ass. I'm 5'7", okay? I am nowhere near tall enough to be Batman. So I'd just say no on that grounds. Robert Pattinson is quite a tall fella, he's got height, but he's now seemingly refusing to actually work out. And like, he's in a flat in London that's bought and paid for, his meals are bought and paid for, he's got a set of very weak dumbbells. My dumbbells are much heavier than his, and yet he's still not working out. There's an issue with this, because for a lot of characters, these superhero characters, there is a suspension of disbelief. But the man is not doing anything and actively not working out. That's a massive issue. And it would be completely different if they said, okay, well look, we're not going down the typical Bruce Wayne physique of him being a beast. We want it to be more realistic. We want his particular fighting style to be more engrossed in mixed martial arts, in Jeet Kune Do, and so on and so forth. So Robert Pattinson's physique would be more akin to Dick Grayson as opposed to Bruce Wayne. That I could get behind completely, because okay, so we're going to see something very different. I don't have to see Batman crack someone in the head and see their head explode through the floor, though that was damn awesome. What a good fight scene. Anyway, they could use that, but they're not. It's honestly just because Robert Pattinson is too lazy to work out. Now, I know a lot of actors go through incredible physical transformations for particular roles, and I know it's not always that healthy, but certainly now Robert Pattinson has the perfect opportunity to get into that shape without doing that much damage to his body. He could do it in a very healthy, very natural way, but he's still not doing it. If he's too lazy to lift weights, even just once a day, I seriously doubt I'm actually going to believe he can do anything in this film. And that honestly leads on to the next part of this film. Now, Robert Pattinson set a fire in his flat because he put metal in the microwave. I realise there is a suspension of disbelief. I get that. But I have a friend, and I take the piss out of him all the time because he definitely thinks he's a lot smarter than he actually is. Now, I get the slight hypocrisy, because I definitely think I'm smarter than I actually am, but this dipshit thinks that in every single time. This dipshit thinks that insects are not animals. trying to explain where he's gone wrong, he will double down on that. In fact, he has. But the reason why I bring this up is because he put aluminium foil in the microwave. Essentially, he did what Robert Pattinson did. So now going into this film, Batman is the same kind of dipshit that my friend is. And that makes it really, really difficult to buy into this film. I honestly don't think I'm going to see it. I think this film's going to be a wash. And it's a shame. It's a shame because I kind of like the look of the Batsuit. Kind of. I like muscle cars. So the Batmobile in this, the images that we've seen, it looks pretty damn cool. I think Ben Affleck's Batmobile was a lot cooler, but this one seemed to be a lot more grittier. But constantly, if I do end up seeing this film, I'm going to be thinking throughout the entire film, this is a man who was too lazy to lift weights in quarantine and was too stupid to realise you don't put metal in the microwave. That's an issue. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little rant. I've got a ton of videos to do, but I work a lot of jobs, so I don't have time. Buy my book. You can follow me on Instagram for food porn. You can follow me on Twitter for political updates and rants. And for anyone who still cares about the Samsung Z Flip, still got it, still works, just got a fancy case with it. Take care, I'll see you next time.